You might have missed Super Mario Bros. U when it came out on Wii U years back, and hell, you might have even missed the Luigi DLC that came along after that. But how does the game stack up on Nintendo Switch? Well, today Steve Klist is going to tell you all about it. Here's our review of Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Let's jump in.
Mario's presence on Switch is pretty strong already. We've had various sports-based entries like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Tennis Aces. There's the more tactical Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Super Mario Party offers a more sociable style of gameplay for the mustachioed hero. Our favourite plumber turns up in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate too. The Switch even already has one of the best entries in the core platforming franchise, Super Mario Odyssey. Now Nintendo is bringing the latest 2D version of Mario to their hybrid system with new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. This is another port of a Wii U game, but as Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze proved, that's not always a bad thing. So, how does this latest port hold up? As ever, Mario is tasked with rescuing Princess Peach from Bowser. You'll have to traverse 8 worlds to get back to Peach's castle and deal with your oversized foe. Each world has anything from 7 to 12 levels. Some of these require you to exit levels through secret tunnels, though most can't be missed. I actually found a secret exit in one of the ghost houses without realising it, and it forced me to completely miss the Rock Candy Mines world. It wasn't until I reached Peach's castle that I figured out I must have gone wrong somewhere. Each world has its own distinctive visual style, whether that be icy surroundings like Frosted Glacier or the pools of lava in Peach's castle. While this does change up the surroundings, after the magnificent Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, it does feel a little dull on the visuals front. There just isn't the level of detail and imagination that is abundant in Tropical Freeze. Don't get me wrong, new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is not a bad looking game, I just feel that they could have done more. The animation of the characters is super smooth and the art design has that classic Mario feel. The screen just feels a little bland without much happening on screen. Whether this was a design choice to help you focus on the challenging platforming, I don't know, but I would have loved for something more in the background or even the foreground. Speaking of platforming, this is of course one of new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe's strong points. Controls are tight and simple. You only use 2 buttons and a thumbstick, but are never felt restricted by Mario's moveset. More advanced techniques are context sensitive, for example if you're in the air, carrying something, or wearing a particular outfit. It can take a while to learn quite how each character and power-up operates, as well as the level of friction that each surface has. All of this is even more important when you're racing through the level for one of the challenges, chasing Nabbit, or in the new Super Luigi U mode. Despite having tight controls, I have to confess that I died. A lot. The game's difficulty is somewhat challenging. I never got close to running out of lives, but there were numerous levels that I had to try over and over again. It's not that the game is unfair. Every time I died it was because I made a mistake or had been too rash. Some jumps had to be almost pixel perfect, so those were really tough. I also found some of the Ghost House levels to be frustrating because they required using doors in a specific order or finding them behind hidden walls. Despite the time limit for a level being quite generous, I ran out of time on Ghost Houses on several occasions. As you can probably guess from the U in that rather clunky title, this is a port of a Wii U game. This Deluxe edition collates the core game with the new Super Luigi U DLC and also adds some new playable characters. Nabbit and Toadette provide an easier way to play through the game. Nabbit is unaffected by enemies, the only way he can die is by falling into a pit. Toadette, meanwhile, reacts a lot quicker to your controls. She stops instantly with no sliding. Pick up a Super Crown and Toadette becomes Peachette. This is essentially a variation on the squirrel suit, though looking like Peach, and allows you to gently float down as well as boost up. There are also some new game modes added like Coin Battle, Boost Rush and Challenges. I have to say, overall, I find new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe to be a bit of a disappointment. It isn't that it's a bad game, far from it in fact, however it is one of the weaker Mario games. There's a lot of fun to be had, but not much by way of wow factor. The visuals are bright and appealing but lack depth and interest. The music is great, but it's nearly all stuff that we've heard before. Of course, the platforming is spot on, but again, it doesn't add anything new. If you can only afford to pick up one Nintendo 2D platformer, then you should get Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. However, if you want more Mario in your life, then new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is still worth your time.